evening. Good night. It's late. Actually, it might be. Let me see. Let me be sure. Oh, it is really late. It is late. It is late. It is late. Actually, it's the next day as it is in the morning. But can't stop, won't stop, refuse to stop, have to get this out. It's hot off the press, and y'all need to know, and I need to get to y'all, right? So, in the morning when you wake up fresh, you know what I'm saying, and the first thing that comes to mind is boxing, right? Boxing on the brain. That's what we got. We all got boxing on the brain. You know what I mean? But that's a good thing because in order to live through this world that we live in, you know what I'm saying, we have to have something to sustain us from all the rigmarole that goes on in everyday life. So for me, it's boxing and it's live. So if y'all, and I'm quite sure if y'all is not going to be a whole bunch, but if y'all are still up, jump in because we're going to have a topic to be discussed, right? And it's relatively hot based on the fact that this guy, right, has been making a lot of noise in going in different directions other than boxing, right? Yeah, the last uh, place that he went to in his travels was retirement, allegedly, right? We are talking about none other than Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is actually a three division world champion. He was the no, excuse me, he was the featherweight champion. He also was the super featherweight champion. And now he reigns at the WBC lightweight champion of the world. Shakur Stevens is equally a silver medalist at the 2016 Olympics, right? So there is no reason why Shakur Stevenson shouldn't be in or above, in or above the elite boxers in the game, right? Not saying that he is, but his behavior is kind of fluctuates, right? One minute he's great, and the next minute he's over here, he's not great, and the next minute he's over here, he wants to box this guy, and the next minute he wants to box this guy. He's all over the place, right? Not to say that that takes away from his appeal, because it it don't. Okay, it don't. All right, I got it out. It don't. Shakur Stevenson is 26 years of age. He's 5'7" with a 68.1 arm reach. He's a southpaw. He has 21 wins, 10 by knockout, no losses, no stops, and no draws. Again, he's a three division world champion. And this particular bout that he's about to fight on July 6th, 2024, right, in New York, New Jersey, his hometown, right? This should be a fascinating fight based on the fact that the guy that he fights is I don't want to say great, but he's good, right? Um, he is our team. Now I gotta really get into the breaking this down because this is our team Harutyunyan. Got it. Our team Harutyunyan is the guy's name. He's he's 31 years of age. He's 5'8". He's a right-hander. He has 12 wins, 7 by knockout, and 1 loss. And I just found out that loss was that none other than Frank the Bank Martin, right? He has 1 loss, as I said. He's never been stopped, and he has 0 draw. This guy, from all indications, comes to fight, right? He comes to fight. He comes to take the belt away from uh, Shakur Stevenson. If if Shakur Stevenson comes in the ring and drags his feet, it is a large possibility that Shakur Stevenson can go home empty-handed without that WBC lightweight championship of the world. Right now, that's a stretch because I don't know that much about this particular gentleman, right? And other than the fact of his record, which it can go either way. It depends on the person that's viewing the record and um, the actual win-loss ratio, which is only one, right? But then again, there's only 12 wins. Right. So, you have to be suspect with a guy who only have a few wins up under his belt, right? He's fresh to the game. But the fact of the matter is he has to be ranked among the I want to say the mid-level fighters in the business based on the fact that Shakur Stevenson, he let's be perfectly clear. They didn't just pick him out of a hat, name or number out of a hat, right? He has to be ranked somewhere, I think in a 1 through 20 in order to be available for the WBC lightweight champion of the world, which is Shakur Stevenson, right? So let's not say he's a slouch or a bum because uh, that's not that doesn't seem to be the case. The facts are that he has to be in the I think 1 through 20 in the rankings, right, before he can be qualified to be the fight Shakur Stevenson, because there is just a heck of a lot of boxers in that division, right, that are equally capable of fighting Shakur Stevenson. In fact, there's quite a few that that comes to mind that wants to fight Frank 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 no excuse me wants to fight Shakur Stevenson, right? And for some reason, Shakur of late has been going backwards and forth with who he's going to fight or who he's not going to fight. You know what I mean? And I don't know if 1 minute he's going to fight this guy, and the next minute he's fighting Hutchinson. I think Hutchinson was on the table at one time, and what is that other guy's name? Raymond Moratala, right? Moratala called him out, right? And I think Shakur said, "Yeah, we'll fight. Okay, no problem, right?" But that fell through. So it's like Shakur is up in the air with who he's gonna fight. So I'm not even certain about this fight. If you want to be realistic about it, this might fall through the cracks, right? Because at this stage in Shakur Stevens' career, he's uncertain in a lot of things that he does, right? And what really puts me in a position where I have like reserved feelings in regards to Shakur Stevens is a couple of things. One is the fact that he keeps calling out Devin Haney, right? He keeps calling out Devin Haney, but when they start talking about it, Shakur Stevenson turns around and goes in another direction. And has to be pretty frustrating for Bill Haney. In fact, Bill Haney went as far as to say that he didn't want to have any more direct dealings with Shakur Stevenson because his business is bunk, quote unquote. Bill Haney's word, not mine, right? They're bunk. His business is bunk, right? I'm quite sure you got. No, I mean, if you don't, it means a bunch of crap. I mean, this guy his business is no good, right? I mean, it's just too many occasions that has transpired that Shakur Stevens has uh, asked for the fight, but when they started communicating, the bottom fell out, and then Shakur's gone, He was going to the next person. I said it has to be humiliating for the Haney. In fact, Bill Haney went as far as to say he's just not dealing with. He's not going to deal with Shakur Stevenson ever, right? Those are his words. Ever. I'm not dealing with him ever because he's untrustworthy. That's what Bill Haney said. He's untrustworthy. So I just had to get this out to you, and hopefully we can get this fight and see where Shakur is, because that particular division, that lightweight division, it isn't as meaningful as it was like a couple of years ago. And a couple of years ago, it was hot. It was, smoking, right? You had a bunch of young men at the top of their game, right? Uh, well, I won't say allegedly because no fights never materialized, but they kept talking about they wanted to fight each other. That was Gervonta Tank Davis, Devin the Dream Haney, Teofimo Lopez, and Ryan Garcia. There was another guy in there too that was good, but his name escapes me. But the fact of the matter is, we've been going through this with these guys for 2 or 3 years, right? I mean, for whatever reason, the only one that who stuck to the script was Devin the Dream Haney. When Devin the Dream Haney said he'll fight anybody, he means that, right? It is what it is. I mean, I'm quite sure there's a lot of naysayers out there and will spin the top and say, no, Devin Haney's ducking or whatever the case is, but that's a bunch of malarkey, right? Devin Haney has called out everybody in that division below and above, right? He's Teofimo Lopez, and this is really, really distasteful as a fan and as a person that's totally in love with the sport and has been a boxer once upon a time, right? He is called out. I want to get to this because this is really a little embarrassing if you really want to think about it, because there's no explanation for it, but the fans continue to gravitate toward the people that they like the most and still looking at the facts are as they are. And this is how they played out, right? Devin Haney called out Gervonta Tank Davis. Devin Haney called out Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney called out Teofimo Lopez. Devin Haney called out Ryan Garcia and finally got that fight. But my point here is all those people that Devin Haney called out and was willing and ready and able to sign a contract, right? But they never got to the table because those particular fighters / boxers, some of them, right, always seem to have found an explanation for why the contracts were never signed, right? And the only thing for the life of me, I just don't get you guys, right? You make excuses for people like Gervonta Tank Davis, right? And at the end of the day, Gervonta Tank Davis is a ducker. He's a ducker. He's ducked Devin Haney forever. Devin Haney's been calling him out that I know for sure for at least 2 years, if not 3. Right. Same thing with Teofimo Lopez. Right. Did the same thing with Vasily Lomachenko. Right. Until Devin the Dream Haney acquired the undisputed lightweight championship of the world. Right. And that was something that Vasily Lomachenko desired and clamored for. Right. Was a chance at that undisputed belt. Those undisputed belts. Right. So we can scratch him off, and then we can also scratch off the loss associated with going in the ring with Devin the Dream Haney. So it is a logical reason for why Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Tank Davis, Teofimo Lopez do not want any parts of Devin the Dream Haney, right? They're not just refusing to fight Devin the Dream Haney because there's a slim I actually believe the majority of these guys that I just mentioned believe in their hearts that they're going to be whooped by Devin the Dream Haney. It's simple mathematics. What logical explanation could they give to justify why they haven't or won't fight Devin the Dream Haney? Shakur Stevenson is included in the dynamics of the claim. Okay, so I just, you know what I'm saying? I get sick and tired of trying to be compromised in dealing with these particular fighters. But at the end of the day, good or bad, with the fans that love them and the fans that hate Devin the Dream Haney, at the end of the day, those boxers refuse to get in the ring with Devin the Dream Haney. Same type of scenario goes for David Benavidez. I am just appalled at Saul Canelo Alvarez. You can't pay Saul Canelo Alvarez enough money to get in the ring with David Benavidez. Now he said he'll take 150 or 200 million. But who's what? And if there isn't any promoter in his mind, I think I wouldn't pay Saul Canelo Alvarez to get in the ring to lose to David Benavidez because he is going to lose. We know that. He knows that, obviously, because he refuses to take a 50 million. Man, absolutely, it was absolutely more than that. It was like guaranteed 50 million plus. I don't know how he was doing this, but 100% on the gate. On the pay-per-view. Not on the gate, but on the pay-per-view. Right? I mean, who turns down that type of, that's lucrative. I mean, and what teased me off with the fan base is they'll sit back and say, no, he's not ducking. He'll fight anybody. I got a comment the other day, and the guy, I mentioned duck. Quack, quack. I mentioned duck. Quack, 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 quack. And I mentioned the purveyor of the ducking was Saul Canelo Alvarez. And the guy said, with a little angry in his typing tone, he said the only disrespect that, because I said that Saul Canelo Alvarez is disrespecting David. No, excuse me. I said it was disrespectful that Saul Canelo Alvarez is ducking David Benavidez, right? And the commenter said with his little fingers that the only person that's being disrespected is the person that said that Saul Canelo Alvarez is being ducked, and which was me, right? And I'm like, how can he possibly fix his mouth to say something like that? It's obvious that Saul Canelo Alvarez do not want anything to do with David Benavidez. I mean, same thing with Gervonta Tank Davis. It's transparently obvious. They do not want this smoke. Hello. You got to hear me? Are you out there? Gervonta Tank Davis do not want the smoke from Devin the Dream Haney. Did you hear me? Leonard Ellerby, did you hear me? Did y'all hear me? Floyd Mayweather Jr., did you hear me? Al Heyman, did you hear me? Gervonta and his team, you guys, the people that I just mentioned, will not get the smoke or take the smoke from Devin the Dream Haney. Now hey, look, y'all are saying a lot, and especially Leonard Elby. Leonard Elby sits back with his great bearded self. I'm great too, but I'm kind of handsome with mine, though. You know what I'm saying? What you think? But Leonard Elby sits back and says, Shakur Stevenson, he's good, but can't nobody beat Tank. Tank's bad. There's nobody can whoop Tank Dick. Now, how is it okay to say that when you have not one inkling of desire to make that fight happen? You continuously put it back on Tank. Tank's the boss. Tank runs the show. He's the man. He's calling all the shots. When quote unquote, when Tank's ready to fight, he'll announce it. He's running it. You know darn well Tank ain't running nothing. You know what I mean? This is all politics as usual with the promoters, with Al Heyman. It's all drama, right? You guys are drama queens. If you really know the truth, really want to know the truth about it. You guys are drama queens. You spew and uh, slander the truth with everything that comes out your mouth. You ought to be ashamed, but you're not. It's all about the almighty dollar at the end of the day, and that's the only thing y'all see. You don't see honor. You don't see none of that, right? And it's pathetic. But that being said, hit the subscription buttons. I'm gonna get this right. That being said, hit the like, share, and comment button. Share my videos with your friends and family. And on that note, y'all, I'll be gone until tomorrow. Peace out.